rely upon a dependable source of help. Let me share with you three things that Jesus will do for you to move you from regret to restoration. First of all, number one, Jesus prays for us. Jesus prays for us. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you. He has asked for you so that he might sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith should not fail. Simon, Satan wants to test you. Satan wants to tempt you. Satan wants to probe every aspect of your being to find your weakness, because he wants to discredit you. He wants to destroy you. He wants to make you look bad in the eyes of God. And all around you, Satan realizes that if he can convince you that you're worthless, then you will act worthlessly. But Simon, I've prayed for you. Jesus was talking to Simon then, but he's saying the same thing to us now. If you're trying to live for Jesus, if you're trying to live for Christ, Satan will periodically put you through a sifting process. Anybody ever felt like you were going through something? Maybe that's Satan working in your life, Satan working on your life, trying to sift you, trying to probe you, trying to test you, trying to tempt you, trying to get you to turn from God. Sometimes you come out pretty good. Sometimes in the process you come out looking pretty good, but at some other times you give in to temptation. Anybody ever gave in to temptation? I know all of y'all probably full of the Holy Ghost and y'all don't sin no more. But some of us every now and then give in to temptation. Whatever the temptation might be. Don't limit temptation to one or two different things. Temptation can be a whole lot of things. Sometimes you can walk straight into the trap that the father of lies has set for you. Sometimes you hear a lie, you know it's a lie, and you still walk into it because it just looks good. It smells good. It feels good. He fools you into thinking that it is good. But I've got some good news for you today. Jesus believes in us so much that he's spending his time praying for us. I don't know if any of you have ever really experienced what it feels, or allowed yourself to experience what it feels like to know that somebody is praying for you. Anybody ever asked anybody to pray for you? And you believe that they were doing, they may not have been, but you believe that they were. And it helped you out anyhow because you believe that they were praying for you. You don't know if they could get a prayer through, but they told you, I'm going to pray for you. You believe that they were praying for you, and you felt better anyhow. Let me tell you today, Jesus praying for us. You see, he doesn't believe that we're worthless, as the insinuations of Satan would suggest to us. His prayers are reaching down into the pit that we've dug for ourselves. His prayers are striving to pull us out. Yeah. Notice that I said the pits that we've dug for ourselves. The devil is digging some holes for you. The devil is digging some pits for you, and we're falling into some of his. But some of those pits we're digging for ourselves. Some of those holes we're digging and for ourselves and falling into our own holes, and then the devil will mess with us while we're in our own holes. There's something about Jesus praying for you. When he prayed, the blind gained their sight. When he prayed, deaf people heard again. When he prayed, lepers were cleansed. When he prayed, water was turned to wine. Bread and fish were multiplied to feed a multitude of people. When Jesus prayed, the crippled sometimes. But when you fail, don't yield to the sifting of Satan. Instead, rely upon the intercession of the Spirit. The intercession of the Savior. And then there's a second thing. Second thing. First, number one, Jesus prays for us. The second thing is that Jesus understands us. Jesus understands us. But he, Peter, said to him, Lord, I'm ready to go with you both to prison and to death. Then he said, I tell you, Peter, the rooster will not crow this day before you will deny 3 times that you know. Jesus said, Peter, you're going to deny me. Oh, no, Lord. I'll never do it. I'll go to jail with you. I'll die with you. You know the one thing I've learned over here? I don't get so happy. I'm getting old now. If I forget, I might say it. But at this point, I ain't got so happy. Now I'm talking about, I'll die for Jesus. Somebody look at me, Lord, what kind of Christian is that? He won't die for Jesus. I didn't say I won't die for him. I just said I didn't say it. See, sometimes we get so caught up. We get so caught up in the emotion. We can get so caught up in trying to make ourselves look good that we'll say a lot of stuff just because it sounds good. And then when the real thing stares us in the face, we get disappointed because we say, I really didn't want to do that. Somebody stick a 44 Magnum in my head and say, deny him and live, confess him and die. I might be like Peter, I don't know him. Never met him before. And I would base my sin on the knowledge that he is just to forgive me for all of my sins. As soon as I deny him in the secret places of my own mind, I said, Lord, you know I didn't mean it. But I told them what they wanted to hear. Suggest to you that we live carelessly in our spiritual life. But what I am trying to say, don't get so caught up that you start talking just to hear yourself talk. And then when it comes time for the pedal to hit the metal, you can't do what you're supposed to do. Just say, I'm dependent on the Lord for strength. See, Jesus, talking about that second point, Jesus understands us. Jesus knew where Peter was weak. His knowledge of each one of us is complete. He knows all of our strengths. He knows all of our weaknesses. Jesus knows us. Now you can sit around and try to make yourself look good if you want to, but Jesus already knows. There are times when we all wish we understood ourselves better. Why do we think? Why do we say? Why do we do foolish things? How can we cope with all this frail human condition which causes us to act so regretfully? The best we can do is to stay in close communion with the one whose knowledge of us is complete.